morning, boys and girls. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, in case you have lost track so far. Um, we're going to start off with some shout outs today. As usual, I've had a lot of people log on to iReady or Go Formative to show me that they still exist, and that is great and what I'm looking for. So, Cameron, Savage, William, Santos, Alexis, Jasmine, Breeden, Lanaya, Sierra, Kiera, Sophia, Brooklyn, Honey, Ashley, Zach, Abby, Anthony, Jeffrey, Kamara, Cheyenne, Faith. You guys aren't even in my class, and I love it. Nadia and Madison. Thank you guys for getting on iReady or Go Formative and doing your work already this week. So we have 2 more lessons to do on Go Formative, and you have plenty of work to do on iReady, so that is what you should be working on today. So we're going to go ahead and get into our lesson. We moved on from understanding word choice, using context clues, figurative meaning, and connotative meaning. So we are going to move on to inferencing and citing evidence. So our objective for today, I can make a reasonable inference based on information from a text. So not only does our inference have to come from the text and evidence, it has to be reasonable. So when we're making an inference, we're not creating some crazy out there story. We are using our reasonable skills to come up with our inference. So as a review, whenever we are making an inference, we are looking for information that is not clearly stated, but can be figured out through the available information and context clues already present in the text. So based on the information that is there, you can figure out the information that is missing and come to a decision based on the evidence from the text and what you already know about the kind of situation that is happening in the text. So this is also called reading between the lines. So you are taking your prior knowledge, what you know already, and connecting it to what the text says to come up with your inference. So we are using our reasoning skills to come up with the missing information from the text with the information that is given. So let's consider this example. It is Monday morning and your mom is dropping you off at school. However, the lights are not on and the door is locked. Also, there are no cars or buses in the parking lot. You can infer that A, the school is closed, B, you are super early, C, there is a zombie apocalypse, D, they are throwing a surprise party. So let's look at A, the school is closed. If there's no lights on, the door's locked, there's no cars or buses in the parking lot, we can probably make a fair assessment that the school might be closed for the day. Now let's say you look at the clock and it is 6:45. No, there wouldn't be any lights on. The doors would still be locked. There wouldn't be any cars or buses in the parking lot yet. So you might be a little early. There is a zombie apocalypse. Given the state of the world right now, that could be an accurate assessment, but probably not a reasonable inference. D, they are throwing a surprise party. Maybe if all of these things were happening at a house, you could be walking into a surprise party. But since we're at school on a Monday morning, it's probably not going to be a surprise party. So we can make a reasonable inference that either you are super early or the school is closed for the day. So let's get a little deeper into this. We've used the word analyze a lot throughout the course of the year. So as a reminder, when we analyze something, we are examining its parts and how those parts work together to make a text move forward and to create understanding. So just like a bicycle has a lot of parts working together to make it move forward. Ooh, did you guys hear my dog? He just hit his head on the table. What was I saying? You analyze a text and how its different parts make the information move forward, just like the parts of a bicycle would move forward. Reading involves analyzing too. Like I said, when you analyze a text, you have to look at what the text is saying explicitly. So when something is said explicitly, it's said directly, you don't have to make an inference. All the information is there that you need to know. So if I say the crowd clapped and cheered wildly when the home team won, that is explicit information. We know exactly what the crowd is doing. We know why they're clapping. So we don't have to read between the lines or make any sort of inferences. But sometimes the information that you need to understand is not all there, and you have to figure out what the text is really trying to explain, and that is when you make an inference. So an inference can be a reasonable guess based on your evidence and what you already know. So we are going back to space like we ended with before all of this started. So we have a picture of what people thought to be an alien spacecraft. So we're going to look at the evidence in the image and caption that supports or disproves this idea. So while returning from the moon to Earth on April 27, 1972, Apollo 16 astronauts captured an unidentified flying object, also known as a UFO, on film. The image, described as a saucer-shaped object with a dome on top, was visible in the film for about 4 seconds. It has since been identified. So this is a chart that we would see in our iReady book. So we're going to analyze the information in this chart to come up with a reasonable inference. So our text and photo evidence from the picture and the caption, we know the photo was taken in 1972. We know that the object that they took a picture of was saucer-shaped. Something else can be seen to the left of the saucer. We saw that in the picture. And at the time, it was considered a UFO, but has been identified since then. So our background knowledge, sometimes when we look at a picture, people often misunderstand what they see in pictures. And no one has yet to confirm that alien life actually exists. So we know those things to be true. So if we put our evidence and our prior knowledge together, we can come up with the inference the saucer-shaped object probably was not aliens. There was probably some sort of other explanation. What it is, I don't actually know. Good readers combine evidence and their knowledge to support inferences. Although this UFO was spotted in 1972, no proof of alien life has ever been discovered. Plus, the image to the left of the saucer has to be explained too. As it turns out, NASA scientists have shown that the UFO was actually the floodlight and boom from the Apollo 16 spacecraft itself. So there you go. That's what the flying saucer actually was. So we're going to read this excerpt from a scientific account about auroras. You might have heard of the Northern Lights. The Northern Lights is actually, its scientific name is an aurora. So there's auroras on the South Pole and North Pole. So our article, What Are Auroras? By Georgiana Tomez. Imagine a brilliant laser light show in the sky where ribbons of green, red, or violet dance across the atmosphere. While these fascinating lights might look like they come from machines, they are actually a natural phenomenon known as an aurora. Auroras occur when highly charged electrons from solar wind interact with elements such as oxygen and nitrogen in the atmosphere. When the electrons strike the oxygen and nitrogen atoms, rays of light are formed. The color of these rays depend on which atoms collide and the altitude or height at which they meet. The rays often run parallel and take turns dimming and brightening in the night sky. But where exactly do these light spectacles form? Like the needles of a compass, auroras are attracted to Earth's two magnetic ends, the geographic north and south poles. The rays themselves follow the slanting direction of the Earth's magnetic field. So we are going to look at the question, what inference can you make about why auroras fascinate people? Think about the evidence the author provides about what auroras look like and where they appear. Fill in the chart below with text evidence that helps you determine how auroras are similar to laser lights. Combine this text evidence with the provided background knowledge to form an inference. So why are auroras so fascinating to people? So we know that auroras look like green, red, or violet ribbons of light. Auroras only appear near north and south poles. Our background knowledge, people are always amazed by unusual natural events. So we're going to fill in the rest of this box. So some more text evidence. The lights dance across the atmosphere. So that is actually an example of figurative language. So the different colored lights appear that they are doing a dance in the sky, and the lights dim and brighten in the sky. So it looks very unusual. So our background knowledge, people enjoy watching things that are beautiful. So if you see a bunch of pretty colors in the sky, you're probably going to stop and look in amazement because it's so pretty. So we can make the inference people are so fascinated by auroras because they are so beautiful and unique. So here is what we should be working on Wednesday. iReady, whatever assignments you have assigned on the teacher side. Monday's lesson, figurative meaning practice. Tuesday's lesson, word meaning practice. Today's lesson, inference practice. So you have to finish the article about auroras that we just read. Upcoming tomorrow, you are going to have a different inference assignment. Friday will be feedback and parent contact. So if you are all caught up, I will not have to make a parent contact. So I am looking forward to giving you guys your grades and feedback on Friday. Have a wonderful rest of the week.